Hi there, welcome. So I'm getting ready for a fantastic weekend adventure. I have put together a weekend retreat for me and my little sister. This retreat is going to be a 2-day, 1-night retreat in which we're going to kayak, hike, and then sleep outside in our tents. Now, the thing is, my sister just got in a kayak for the first time in her life last week when I did a clinic. And so this will be her first official kayaking paddling adventure, and I'm so excited for her. And she's never slept outside in a tent before either. So this is going to be so awesome for her. And then we're going to hike, and she's hiked many times with me, so that's not new. But I just feel so happy that I am the one that's able to guide her and coach her and share the special time with her. And I'm going to bring you along with us. I probably haven't shared on my YouTube channel anyway, what I do. And I've been an athletic endurance coach and a fitness trainer for 29 years. And within the last 5 years, when I've become an avid outdoors woman, I now have shifted my focus away from coaching athletics and wanting to use all my coaching and my outdoor skills now to coach women to get outdoors. That I really wanted to follow my heart's passion and shift my focus from coaching primarily athletes to coaching more women to get outdoors and enjoy activities outdoors: backpacking, hiking, kayaking, biking, bikepacking, kayak camping, or just basically getting outdoors and immersing themselves in nature. My true heart's passion is reaching those that suffer from PTSD, childhood trauma, any kind of trauma, really adulthood trauma as well, and deep grief and loss. And all of this stems from my own personal journey. And if you want to know more about that in a deeper details, you can visit my website. I have my story on my website. It's www.kamioutdoors.com, and you can find more about my business. I just launched it officially, I think almost a year ago, and I had to overcome a lot of fears myself. Even though I've been a coach and a trainer for 29 years, the outdoors is relatively new to me. I had to overcome what I thought was insurmountable fears to become an outdoors woman. And so now I'm turning my story, my journey, and my struggles, my victories, I'm using that in Kami Outdoors. And this retreat is something that I want to offer in the future to the general public. So this weekend's going to be like a test for me, not a test, but it's going to like help me get my feet wet in it. Even though I've done multiple functions and organized and directed and put together a lot, I've not done a multi-day outdoor retreat before. So this will be my first time organizing and doing something like this. So I'm going to bring you along for it and share all that with you. But I just wanted to give a brief, there's nothing brief about me. I wanted to give you an introduction as what this weekend's really all about, along with just being outside. There's a lot, it's multifaceted with many different levels to it, and share that with you, and all the beautiful, beautiful nature and scenery that we're going to experience here. I am so blessed to live in such a beautiful area for outdoors adventures here in northern Michigan, all 4 seasons. So stay tuned, hang with me. You're going to see some great things and hang out with some great gals. Okay, stop. Go that way. So you nose in. So you can also launch and get in on sideways from a dock. Oh. Put it down. There. So I can either help you put the side. Stay right there. So this is Government Island, and a favorite get out spot of mine. I usually come and just sit on the beach down here, and the views are amazing. There's a big camp group up there at the camp spot, and they found this last year, so they came back, and they're in luck because it's open. And the views are just amazing. Look at that. It's just beautiful. I would love to camp up there sometime during the week when it's not super busy, that's for sure. And across the way, there's another a campground called Government Landing. And that one requires reservations, but I'll turn around. Boop. So it's right over there. And it has outhouses, picnic tables, fire rings, and it's not real big. I did content on it earlier. I can't remember how many campsites, like not very many, like 12 or 13. But look at the view that you have right here. It's just beautiful and peaceful, and it's just a really nice little area to kayak and camp on the Manistee River. So we're gonna sit here on the beach a little bit. I might dip into the water maybe and have a snack. And this is our turnaround point. We're about mile 3 right now. So we're gonna turn around and head back to the dam and finish up our paddle. And we're finally back to Tippy Dam. Okay, so we finally made it back to camp, and we're gonna pitch our tent. And Diana, have you ever pitched a tent before? No. So this is her first time ever pitching a tent. So I'm gonna walk her through it. And my tent's super easy to put up. So we found a nice area, and I'm gonna walk through and show her how to do it. Okay, sis. So that long bed, which goes on the very bottom, that's your footprint. So your tent goes on top of this. Okay. It's just a camp spot. It looks pretty flat. Okay. But you always do the test. Okay. So you put your head down there and you lay on top and see how it feels. Okay. Pretend you're in the tent. Lay on your back. Does it feel like if your head's going up or down?
Yep, feels good.
If it feels flat. So
yep.
That's what I do. I always do the test.
Okay.
Because I have pitched my tent before. I'm like, oh yeah, it's fine. I get in and I'm like, my head's up or my feet's down. And I'm laying on an angle.
No, it feels
and
good.
I'm stuck.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you come over here and you pull it tight and you just kind of, just a little push so it doesn't move. That's all. And so you take this one, top this one, grab it, start unfolding it. That's the tent.
Okay.
So find your green ends. So you've got the black ends there, see? Those go down here. So you lay it on top of the footprint. And push the stake all in so that top hook goes into the earth. There you go. Use your foot. And then do the next two corners. You have to put the poles, and there's 2 poles to my tent. So pick one up. So these are got elastic. Yep. You just go like that. Put them all together. Yep. One more. Just put it in the hole, and it's just that's it.
That's it.
And then I take it. I'll do the first one.
Okay.
Then you take it. You walk across the tent. You bend the pole up. That's what they're made to do.
Okay.
You come over here, and it's kind of tricky because it's going to be, you put it in that hole, and then find the next grommet. Make sure it goes all the way through.
Okay.
And then, boop.
Boop. Okay.
That's it.
And then you do the next one.
Yep. Grommets, line them up and make sure it goes all the way through. Both of them. There you go. Almost. There. Okay, next. Now the next step is to attach the tent to the poles. Cross them over in the middle, and you're going to look down and you're going to find your first hook, which is this one right here, Vienna.
Okay.
You're going to hook it over the poles, and then you're going to see the little hooks here. See the snap?
Yep.
And you just go one by one. Snap, snap,
Okay.
and work your way down.
Okay.
Okay? So the last thing you put on is your rain fly. And again, Vienna, there are color-coded snaps, the green and the black. So I know the green's down here. So since I already have a green in my hand, I'm just going to stand down here and shake it out. Now, as you can see, you've got the vents and the door is the orange stripe. So you know that this has to go on this side because the doors have to go on each side of the tent. So you just throw it up here, and it takes you just have to wiggle it around. So see these vents here? Vent, and there's actually seams that run down the side of your tent that follow your poles. And then you just snap the rain fly into the connector at the bottom. Okay?
Okay.
Find the little toggle. There you go. Fire starter, these 2 boys in McBain started. It's called Lincoln and Lou's Fire Starters. And I think it says it's all natural fire starters. They use old milk or egg cartons.
Oh,
and
wow.
it's sawdust, beeswax.
Stuff that will burn easily.
Yeah, and they're amazing. Wood, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I have those as a backup. You know, I take camping with me. I hope they're still in business.
Because that's the last one you have.
No, I have a whole nother bag at home. Yeah, it'd be perfect if I had. Once it hits that fire starter, we'll have some really hot action. There we go.
You've used them and they seem to work really good.
Yeah.
I think these are.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Huh? Yeah, it is. The red at the top, it shows that it's recorded.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's okay. Lord knows, I thought I pushed play lots of times and it hasn't. So I got the fire started for us, and the sun is just going to be setting here pretty soon. So what I brought out today is I brought Diana a special adventure journal that matches mine. And we're going to do some reflection and journaling from today and just kind of go with the flow. I think I like the self-compassion and kindness one.
Okay.
How's that sound to
Yeah,
you?
that sounds good.
Okay. When I started my journal, I wrote myself a letter because I was really struggling with self-worth and stuff. So I wrote myself a letter to start my journal with, and just telling myself, I love you.
Aww.
And that I am worthy, you are valuable, and you are a treasure. You've been tossed, crushed, neglected, and abandoned, but God has never left you, and I have never left you. I am here always. Your words, your journey, your story are valuable and important and to be cherished. So that's how I started my personal journal out. And so that is every time I get to my journal, you know, if I'm struggling with those things, I just read my love letter to myself.
Yeah.
So that was what I started my this. Oh, very cool. Okay. So we're going to work through the journal and we're going to go through our prompts. And our prompts are, I'll read them to you, but then we're going to turn the camera off so we can have our own private time together.
Okay.
So it's self-compassion and kindness. And it talks about, how can I show myself more kindness and patience this week? What is one thing I love about myself and why? What can I forgive myself for today? And what is one area of my life where I need to give myself more grace? So we're going to use these prompts and write ourselves in our journal with the prompts.
Okay.
That's what we're going to sit by the fire and do, because that's part of my retreats, is to bring mindfulness in and allow us to sit back by a fire, by a river, beautiful woods, and just reflect on the day maybe.
Yeah.
Reflect on maybe something we're going through at this time in our lives maybe. But that's what being in nature allows us to do. And we don't have to do anything. Just sitting here and listening and watching and smelling that beautiful lilac bush and hearing the crackle of the fire and the bird song behind us. That's really all you need to be present in nature, and nature will do what it does for us. But I thought it would be nice just to have a journal and kind of go through it tonight, and then we can sit and just relax and enjoy the evening and the beautifulness of the ending of the day.
Perfect.
Okay, let me go turn the camera off. And then you can just start. Okay, well, camp's tore down and we're all loaded up. What a delicious breakfast.
Oh, that's great.
And I just want to mention a couple of things. First of all, I'm so thankful for having the ability to camp here. This property is the home of a very good friend of mine, and she's away for this weekend, so she allowed me and my sister come out and camp here, and it's just lovely, wasn't it?
It was beautiful. Peaceful.
And
yeah.
what I really am so appreciative is that, and I firmly believe in this, when you start doing outdoor things, like this was my sister's first time tent camping and doing anything remotely like this. And so what I really like to encourage people is do little steps at a time. I feel that little steps that are manageable build confidence. Do little steps that you take and that builds up confidence, like little stepping stones. I don't believe that in order to be an outdoors person that you just throw yourself in. And maybe that's okay for some people, but my thought is that I like, and it's just like how I coach people for athletics. I didn't say, okay, you're going to go run a marathon. Oh, you're a new runner? Well, here, let's just start with the marathon. Or you want to do triathlon? Okay, your first race is going to be an Ironman. Same thing with outdoors. In my point of view, we just build our foundation, build our skills, our confidence, and then next time we will camp at a rustic campground elsewhere. And then maybe after that, we'll disperse camp somewhere. Along a trail somewhere. So little steps at a time. We kept the kayak relatively short. It was a little long for Sis's first time.
But I did it.
But she did it, of course, and she was fine. So I just would encourage you, you watch a lot of YouTube videos and content, and you see these people doing these grandiose adventures. And I just want to remind you, we all started at the beginning. Like for me, mine just started with a 1 hour hike just to overcome fears. And that was a huge process I don't want to get into now, but I took baby steps, and I built up my confidence. Getting familiar with how to pitch a tent, how to cook over, using my cook stove and all that stuff. And so I just did a little bit at a time, so not as to overwhelm me, because I think like when I train people, I'll have athletes come to me and they're like, oh, I hate running, I can't run. I said, well, I get the backstory. I went out and I ran 3 miles, and they've never ran before. And so they can't do it. Yeah. And so they're like, I hate running sucks, it's not for me. So I feel the same way with outdoors adventures. If you get someone and just throw them right in over their head, they could walk away saying, this sucks. I can't do this. This is too much. I tried. It's just, I can't. So I really firmly believe that small steps at a time. Yeah. And then that's what we're doing this weekend for Vienna's first really immersed weekend in nature. Mm-hmm. So like today's hike's going to be kind of short. And then we're going to wrap up after that and enjoy the woods and that. But I just wanted to let you know and just give my advice on the whole matter. Yep. Take it for what you want. But it was a lovely night.
It was.
The moon was out. Yeah. We stayed warm and slept comfortable. Yeah. I told Vienna, I said, you know, you never sleep 100% perfect in a tent. But you get used to it and you just learn what you need and you just get used to it. And then usually at the end of the third or whatever day you're out there, you're so exhausted, you just sleep no matter what. But she said she did fine. And the atmosphere was peaceful. Yes. It was private. We didn't have to worry about surprise visitors. Oh. Like my last dispersed camp, we had people driving through the woods shooting guns off at 1:00 in the morning. Oh. Yeah, that was frightening. So I just think that this was a great start, yes. A great way to start. Yes. And we really enjoyed it. So I'll see you at the trail. Okay, so we got to the trailhead and now I'm going to show Vienna how to adjust her hiking poles because she just got her brand new Black Diamond hiking poles. And they're a little different than mine. These are my Black Diamond hiking poles. And mine have the cork grip. And I really like that when my hands get sweaty and stuff. But I have had these Black Diamond poles now for probably 5 years. And they've taken a beating and they have saved my ass on many occasions when I've fallen down in snowshoeing. Like you'll see Vienna still has this is her first time using them, so she still has her winter baskets on there. We're going to take those off. But I swear by hiking poles. They help with the downhills. They say take a lot of stress off your knees when you're going down hills. And I'll show you the technique how to do that, Vienna, when we get on trail. And when we're climbing, they'll help you climb up. Okay. They help with balance on an uneven trail. And they make noises and they're protection. Yeah, there you go. So I'm going to show you how to adjust your brand new Black Diamond poles. So put your elbow at a 90 degree. Leave it there. And that's where you want your pole. Okay. Right there, 90 degree. Okay. So then we find out what that number is. We turn it over and that's 120. Let's go to 120. Okay. Cool. Yeah. And I'll adjust mine. I know my numbers by heart. Then you collapse them down and you can put them in your backpack when you're not using them to stay out of the way. Okay. Okay? Yeah. So we got your poles adjusted. So now we're going to, I've got our day pack filled with all the water, snacks, and emergency supplies like a first aid kit. And yeah, we have everything we need. Okay. We're going to get out there. We're going to hike down. We're going to cross High Bridge. We're going to hit the North Country Trail up here. I haven't hiked this section in a while, so it'll be kind of new to me too today. And we're going to hike, and I'm going to share the sights with you. So cool. Let's go for a hike. Someone just freshly mowed it, the trail maintainers. Well, yeah, we are gonna.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
I'll just hold these. Good babies.
hmm So we just hiked to Blacksmith Bayou. It's a cute little federal forest rustic campground, and the sites are pretty nice. It's right here on the Manistee River, and I'll paddle by this quite often. And it's a nice little get out point. There's outhouses not too far up off the river, and look at this nice little beach area right here. That's nice sandy beach area. And we're going to stop here, have some snacks. Vienna brought some string cheese, some grapes, these delicious crackers, and I brought us some treats from the farmer's market. Caramel pretzel cookie, and an almond M&M cookie, or oatmeal M&M cookie. So we're going to have some healthy food and then some some treats. And then we're going to turn back. We've hiked about 45 minutes. And then we're going to turn back and head back to the Subi and finish our hike. Well, we wrapped up our hike. We're back home now and unloading all our gear, which is like the fun part. And I wanted to sit down with Vienna for quick closing comments before she went on her way, and get her comments about how the weekend went for her. So, what was your favorite part?
Yeah, I think my favorite part might not be like an actual part of what I did, but how the weekend and everything I did made me feel. So I think that like I did stuff, kayaking mainly, that I never thought I would ever do, and I would never have felt comfortable doing without, Cami there. And the feeling that it leaves me with is more confidence, a feeling of confidence, just, the feeling that I can do anything I want to do. I just need a good coach, I need help, and I can do these incredibly wonderful things that help me be more in one with nature, take everything out of my mind. I was not thinking about work, not thinking about anything but being on that river. And it was a river. Last weekend we did a little bit of, I got introduced to the kayak on a lake, but this one was a river, again, not too crazy or anything, but long. It was long, but I did it, which
That's
is
right. You did.
really good. It challenged me. It wasn't a short kayaking trip. It was a long kayak trip. And then the hiking today was wonderful too. But I just would encourage anyone that ever thought that they think these things might be interesting, it might be good, but I don't think I can do that. That you can, and the feeling it helps you grow. It helps you have more confidence, and I'm tired, but in a really good way. I feel really good
feel
tired.
filled up.
Yeah, the tent camping, that too, was good. A good introduction to that. Yeah, it was just such a well thought out weekend. Campfire last night, awesome. We did a little bit of journaling. It was just a wonderful weekend.
Oh.
And Kimmy made a wonderful breakfast too. So.
Oh, good. And I just feel so honored that I was able to share this with you. I mean, you think, your sisters and you grew up, you do all this stuff, and when you're adults, you always make the time to do stuff together with your sisters. And gosh, it's a great connection between sisters, and that overflows. It's a great connection with all women to come together in this non-threatening way. I hope that I made it I hope you felt even though you're my sister, I hope I made you feel very confident, not stressed out.
Right.
And that you could really enjoy it and immerse yourself in the nature of it all too.
Yeah. What's good is you have a wonderful way of, I know you're there to help, but I do know that you're going to push me so that I really feel like I accomplished something too.
I didn't spoon feed you everything.
Didn't spoon feed.
Right.
Nope. It's very, very good. Yes.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. I had so much fun. I'm so glad that you came and was able to make it work in your schedule. So, and it gave me a lot of good ideas for future retreats, what I might want to do and what I really do not want to do. So it was a really good test run for me as well. And it made me realize how I want to approach these in the future. So thanks again, Diana.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Love you. Love you too. Thank you for watching. Until next time, rise, reach, and reconnect.